Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby joins us now. Good to have you here, sir. Thank you very much. So let me start right where Lucas's reporting ended. You heard General Hodges say that he believes that an attack is most likely from the sea and not from the sort of surrounding areas that we've all been looking at on these maps. Does the Pentagon agree with him on that?
Well, it's hard to know exactly what Mr. Putin's plans are, Martha, but that he is adding naval capabilities into the Black Sea has not gone unnoticed, not by the United States or by our NATO allies. It just serves to prove what we've been saying. He continues to add options to his menu of military capabilities should he want to use those. And so we have noted certainly with concern. Now he's loaded these are amphibious landing ships. These are ships designed to put troops ashore. So it clearly makes it more clear to us that he is exploring additional military capabilities available to his use should he want to do that.
Here's the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson.
This is probably the most dangerous moment, I would say, in the course of the next few days in what is the biggest security crisis that Europe has faced for decades.
You know, it's interesting. You hear that from Boris Johnson, and we see this buildup. And yet we keep hearing from voices in Ukraine, including the president, Zelensky, that they don't think that this is imminent and that there are lots of reasons why Russia would not want to invade.
Well, look, Martha, we'd love nothing more than for the Ukrainians to be right about this. Nobody wants to see another invasion of Ukraine. Nobody wants to see this escalate into conflict. But we're also looking at this very pragmatically. I mean, we continue to see, even over just the last 24 to 48 hours, Mr. Putin add to his military capabilities. No sign whatsoever of de-escalating the tensions. No sign whatsoever of sitting down seriously and taking a negotiated path forward. That's all alarming to the West and to the NATO alliance. And we have to treat this seriously. We have to look at it pragmatically.
You know, a lot of people are looking in other areas right now, too, because what's going on in Iran is that they're getting much closer to capability on a nuclear weapon. I heard Wendy Sherman, one of the top negotiators today, saying that they're concerned, that they're getting much closer to it, and that their negotiations are in a very tentative spot. North Korea sort of, brandishing their power. We're having a great time over here with hypersonic missiles and trying all of this. You know, are you concerned that Russia is sort of providing some cover for this ramped up activity in North Korea and Iran?
I don't think that's certainly the Russians' intent to provide cover for other nations, other destabilizing actors. What I can tell you is we're very focused on all those other threats as well. So General McKenzie, our Central Command commander, is in the Middle East right now, and he just visited the Emiratis to talk about additional self-defense capabilities that they might need from attacks from the Houthis, who are supplied and resourced from Iran. We've got a very robust presence in the Indo-Pacific. We're watching very closely developments out of Pyongyang and their continued pursuit of both the nuclear weapons capabilities as well as increasing ballistic missile precision. I mean, all of these things are happening all at once. You're right about that. And the U.S. Department of Defense is focused on all of it. I would also add that one of our great strengths is our alliances and partnerships. So in every area of the world that you just mentioned, we've got strong allies, we've got good partners, and we're working closely in consultation with them to address all these challenges simultaneously.
Well, speaking of that, the other day it was very interesting because the German chancellor kept saying that he was in lockstep with the U.S. But when he was pressed several times, would you shut off Nord Stream 2 if indeed there's a Russian invasion of Ukraine? He would not use the words Nord Stream 2. So are they in alliance with us on that? Do you feel confident? The president said he promised it would be shut off.
And the president's right. I mean, one way or another, if there's another incursion, there will be no going forward on Nord Stream 2.
But we don't have control over Nord Stream 2. Germany does.
We have extremely close relationship with our German allies, and they are terrific allies. They're terrific partners in the region, and certainly allies within NATO. And we have good relationship with them. We know they're taking this threat seriously. They're seeing the threat the same way we are. But they obviously, like any sovereign state, Martha, they have their own domestic concerns to speak to, and we respect that.
Like getting 40% of their energy from Russia. I mean, that's a big nut. And, it's cold there right now. So why would they allow to, cut off their future energy sources or to bite the hand that feeds them?
Look, we're in deep discussions with Germany about this. But as the president said, should there be another incursion, Nord Stream 2 will not go forward.
Okay. Very quick question for you. It is Kamala Harris who is going to the Munich Security Conference. Why is the president not going? And this happens right after these drills end in the sea near Belarus.
Well, look, I think it doesn't have to be the president to go to the Munich Security Conference. The president has spoken an awful lot in just the last couple of weeks about this threat. He is staying focused on it. He's getting briefed every day, as is Secretary Austin here at the Pentagon, Secretary Blinken over at the State Department. Having the vice president go, I think, is a terrific addition to the agenda to offer the United States our strategic approach, not just in the continent, but around the world. We look forward to having her go. At the same time that she's going to be in Munich, Secretary Austin is going to be over in Brussels meeting with defense ministerials at NATO. So there's an awful lot of ground to cover by an awful lot of officials here in the U.S. government.
I mean, obviously, this is a moment where America can make a very big statement. And in fact, at the last Munich Security Conference, the President Biden, made a big statement at this conference. He said, America is back. So I think that there's just notice that he's not going this time, and we'll watch what happens.
Well, we will have the Vice President of the United States there. That's a pretty high level participation, and as you've noted, the President has not been a stranger to the Munich Security Conference, nor has any other top level cabinet officials.
John Kirby, we always appreciate it. Good to have you with us, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks.